Good afternoon. It's a beautiful, bright, sunny day. We're standing out here in the corner of a field ready to show you how we would go about making a sheaf for the fair. I'm Ted Kent. I'm one of the directors of the fair, and we're glad you remember about the fair because we couldn't have it this year because of COVID-19. So behind me is a field of corn that's being grown for silage corn. That corn will be chopped totally, the whole stalk, and put in a silo to make it ferment, and it'll be fed to the cattle throughout the next year. If you look a little bit around to the side, we've got a field of soybeans growing. Those soybeans were planted a little later than most soybeans. We took a crop of fall rye off of that field first and then worked it up and planted the soybeans. The soybean harvest is going now, but those will come a little later. And around behind there we come to a field of alfalfa hay. Actually, that field has had 3 crops taken off it this summer, and it looks like it could have another one, but our intention is to leave that there. It will make it come through the winter better and produce a better crop next spring. So when we go to make a sheaf of corn, I guess we always carry with us our fall fair prize list because it's important that we follow the rules. So what I want is a sheaf of corn for ensilage, and it tells me in here that I want 9 stalks. So I will cut my 9 stalks and put them together in the shape of a sheaf. So when we go into the field, we want to look for a stalk that's got a nice big cob on it. And to show that stalk, we will pull the husk back. To have a look at the cob that's there. So I want to totally expose the cob. Of course, it's stuck and I can't get it to come. I'll break this little tip off the end just because it kind of looks nicer. Pull a few of the whiskers off, but I don't get real worried about that. And so there, I got a half decent looking cob. Now when I come into my field, actually we're on the outside curve of the field where the crop gets a little more sun, and so I have a bunch of cobs that have stalks that have 2 cobs on them, and we're looking for total weight when we grow this, and we want as much energy as possible, and so the energy comes in the cobs. So for my show sheaf, I'm going to pick stalks that have 2 cobs on that are fairly reasonable cobs, and so we'll cut those cobs off at the ground and then we'll put them together to make a sheaf. So we've got our 9 stalks cut laying here on the ground, and I have my grandson Grayson, and he's going to help me try and put this together in a nice looking sheaf. So we take 1 stalk, and now we're going to make the nice looking side out that side, I think. So it's the biggest cob there. And we just keep stacking them together so that there's cobs hanging out all the way around. Most of the things we do for the fair are done for showmanship thing. You try and make the best you've got show off. There's 2 nice big cobs to stick out that side. Grayson thinks his hands are getting too small.
Yep.
There, we got our 9 stalks. No, that one looks short. Yeah, we'll try that. We got to tie them together so they look good. There we got them all fastened together. And the last thing we have to do is put our entry tag on. So I've got an entry tag that I've filled out. You have to put your class number, your section number. It's corn fern silage, and I've got the bottom all folded up here, but you have to put your exhibitor number, and I put 225, that might not be it. I put my name, Ted Kent, and I put an address, and then I fold it up so the judge can't see, and it's not unfolded until after it's judged. And I need to fasten that on here somehow. And we're ready to head off to the fair.